Hey guys, it's Z from Build a Business You Love here, and this is the Event Space channel. We talk everything event space, from contracts to reviews to finances and all of the things in between, from starting, operating, and managing an event space. So if you feel like you're stuck, like you are tired of going to those webinars, or tired of people being in your face and not giving actual information, then this channel is for you to help you along your journey. So be sure to like and subscribe if I ticked any of those buttons, okay? Like I said, I'm Z, and honestly, this channel is gonna save you money, save you time on your very expensive but profitable investment that you are planning on getting, okay? So I am going to talk today about, what are we talking about today? What are we talking about? Today we are talking about location. One of the top questions I get is, how do I find a good location? I can't find a good location. And honestly, today we're not going to be talking about the no's that you're going to get, because you're going to get no's. You got to get over that fear of hearing no. You're going to hear a bunch of no's, okay? A bunch of no's before you find that right space. So we're not talking about the creative language that you're going to be using. We're not going to be talking about that, because that kind of gets to me. I don't like when I don't like when they get too creative in a language, because what happens, and I just seen it the other day, and I may make a video on it, is if you get too creative in a language and don't put in the contract, in the lease, what's going on, what you're doing, how you're doing it, how many people is going to be in there for every event, then the landlord can come back and the whole thing could fall apart, and it can come back to bite you. I'll say that. I've been hearing some stories. I'm sick right now, so if you hear me a little nasally, that's why. Yeah, but we're talking about finding a space that's beautiful, that's appealing to your audience. And the first thing, honestly, if you're finding a space, you're looking for that perfect location, you're looking for that space to start your business. Remember, everything has to be something that's decent, because people want, the whole purpose of people having an event, let's be real, they want to impress their friends, their family, and coworkers. Let's be real. They want to have the best baby shower, the best kids party ever. That's what they want to do, right? That's what it's about. It's about having beautiful memories, right? Showing and networking with people, and being in the presence of the people that you love, right? And trying to outdo your other people, your friends and family, and other, like, I had the best of them, get some bragging rights, right? For a lot of people, that's what it's for. So we're going to explore a little bit about securing your ideal space for your future investment, and a little bit about how to do that. We're going to scratch the surface. In my course, guys, I go deep. This is the longest part of the course. If you decide to grab the course, I go deep into this whole section. I even apologize because it's so long. We reverse engineer it. I talk about you got to check the zoning regulations first. Any space, that's what you're doing first. After you say, okay, I could afford it, this is something I could do, the size is okay, blah, 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 check that zoning. And I have a free bundle that gives you the regulations, 20 questions to ask, okay? Your city, state, county inspectors, to make sure that you are on the right path, to make sure that you don't invest in something, sign on a dotted line, give your security deposit, your 2-month security deposit, and your rent, and you realize, I need an architect that's $10,000, that's $15,000. It gets it that way. So the first thing I want you guys to do, let's make it make sense, okay? Let's make it make sense. We're talking about check that zoning, your local zoning regulations. Get my 20 questions to ask. It's free. It's a bundle. It's a 20 questions to ask, and also it's it's a video about things that you should consider when starting an event space, and also a spreadsheet, a startup spreadsheet. Get that bundle. It's going to be a link somewhere down here, somewhere in the description, probably. Check your zoning. Some people do that last. Do it first. We reverse engineering this bad boy, because if you do all of that stuff and you decide, yeah, this is the space, you fall in love with the space, and they say, oh, You can't have an event space here. It's not in the zoning. Now you have to go and do a cup. Now you have to go before board. Now you have to go. Some areas have restrictions, okay? Event venues, noise levels, you name it. So before signing a lease, you want to make sure that it's zoned for the type of events, the type of things that you're trying to have, okay? Some places you have to even get permits for signs. You have to get permits for the garbage. You have to get permits for the noise. In my course, I teach you all of this so that you're not blindsided. I had someone in my group the other day, after someone had she got her event space, and she's like, well, I won't pay for no course. It's like, you're going to run into a whole bunch of bumps in the road, and you want to make sure that you could avoid as many as possible. I can't say I could teach you everything because I don't know everything, but this course is jam-packed with information. It's going to show you exactly what you need. Before you sign that lease, make sure the location is zoned. Like I said, it could save you from a whole road of headaches. I'm telling you, that's number one. All right. The second one is, let me go into it here. The second one is accessibility and visibility. Your venue should be easy to find, easy and convenient for guests to get to. Ample parking. Parking is one of the things that they look for when getting approved if you have to do a C of O or permanent issues. Okay. FYI. Make sure that it's, close to public transportation or highways or key landmarks. You know how easy it was for me to be like, oh yeah, I'm by X, Y, and Z. All you have to do is go here and make a left, right? Make it easy for them. The more accessible your venue is, the more attractive it is for people to come, and event planners and guests alike. So visibility actually does matter. And it helps you with your bookings, y'all. It helps you with your bookings, okay? High traffic areas, put a good sign up, boom. You don't have to do any ads. Like, let's make it make sense, right? Let's make it easier for you, okay, as a business owner, to get that walk-in traffic, to get increased awareness about your space. This is what it's about, okay? Excuse me. Oh, my throat. Evaluating the surrounding area is the third one. So taking a close look at your surrounding areas. You want your location to make sure that it complements the vibe of your event space. You don't want to be in a bad neighborhood and you have an upscale event space. Like, the two has to actually kind of match. It has to gel together. And so you want to look at if your event space is, close to things like hotels, if it's close to restaurants, it can be more appealing, especially if people have guests out of town. A lot of people move to the South from up north. A lot of people are moving around because of the price of living, the price of how inflation is going up. So people will have to come out of town. I guarantee you, I would say out of the 10 events that you'll have at least 9 of them that have out-of-town guests. So you want to make sure that, it's close to hotels, amenities, things like that. Next is analyzing the competition. This is important. So a lot of people say, I don't care about my competition. It's like, girl, you don't have to care about them, but you got to know they exist. You got to know what they do, who they doing it with, how they doing it, how much they charging, and where you fit into that spectrum, into that puzzle. Okay. So researching other event spaces in your area. Do you have similar venues that offer the same features, amenities, things that you offer that's nearby? If so, how well are they doing? Okay. You want to look at that. And how can you differentiate yourself from them? Differentiate yourself from them. You may want to choose a location that has low competition. I had just mentored someone, and she just opened up her space. She's the only one in her county. I was like, oh, this is great. This is great. This is your baby. You work this. Man. And if you're in a popular area, you may find ways to, offer some unique things like maybe pricing. I don't like to say pricing and lower your pricing because it becomes a pricing war. And before you guys know it, you're just lowering. And before you know it, you're priced out of the fact that you could even be in business. And it doesn't make sense. Price should not be that much, okay, of a factor when it comes to competition, because like I said, it becomes a bidding war. I could outprice her. I can outprice. And it's just like, you don't know what that person has going on. They may own the building. then they're going to definitely outprice you. Okay. So it's about all of the other things that you offer, your customer service, what you offer to the community, your amenities, your unique selling points, all of those things. Okay. That's the things that you want to factor into your business to make sure that the competition, you're not really affected by it. And lastly, we're going to talk about access to flexibility and amenities. As I mentioned, you want to evaluate the physical space itself, but also how flexible is it? Can it accommodate different types of events? I seen a space that somebody was going to get, it was all chopped up. It was walls everywhere and weight bearing walls. So now you have to have an architect come in and do that. And wow. And I was just like, this is maybe not the space for you because it has too many things going on with it. Okay. So don't fall in love with a space that can't accommodate the things that you need it to accommodate. You need to ask yourself, can it give me what I need it to give? Can I turn it into something that can host these events? You got to think about layout, capacity. You have to think about lighting, sound systems, kitchen facilities. Can you add a water line if you don't have a kitchen facility already? Things that can be transformed, right? And to attract a larger, wider range of clientele. You want bookings. You want to open up a second and third and fourth space. I want you to think higher level. I don't want you to think, yeah, we just start in here and we end in here. No. We're starting here, and this is our starting point. This is our baseline, because we're going up, baby. This is what we're doing. It's time to build a business you love. I'm Z from Build a Business You Love. If you're interested in my course, check it out. I'm going to put the link below. And yeah, so we did that today. If you like what I had to say today, be sure to subscribe. And if you have any questions, be sure to ask below. Later.